So this is going to be a video of how I have my interactive brokers settings for my pre-market analysis and how I pick my stocks. This is my setup here. On a different screen, I will have my usually 11 hours and 5 minutes. 11 hours and 5 minutes because it's morning, so I'm able to see the close and the pre-market all in one chart at 5 minute. And then I'll have my 4-month daily candles here. That way I can see what's going on past 4 months. All right. I will have my U.S. movers up here and my predefined watch list down here. I'll go to Edit Scanner. All right. That'll pop up right there. I will go to Library. And you will get all this here. I'll go right to market movers and it'll go to just the market movers there. Then I'll go to customize. Let's customize it. And I want it 500,000 to the most, which is, I think here it's 94 million. All right. I don't want any less than that because it's just too slow. You know, you want at least 500,000. Well, I do anyway. Some people don't. That's what I do. All right, then we'll go to Universal. And I will pick Product, Stocks, Region, US, and Exchanges. Nice, Amex, ARCA, and NQ.NM. That's it. I don't pick any more because then you get a lot of real small price stocks, and you'll get a few on this one too, but you just ignore them unless you want to trade them, and that's up to you. Then over here, I'll just pick corporate. That's it. I don't want no ETFs. I don't want no REITs. I don't want none of that stuff. I just want stocks that are around corporate stocks. That's it. And that's it on that end. All right, and that there. Now we're done. We're done our filter system. So a recap. We have our US movers here, our 11-hour 5-minute chart here, and our 4-month daily over here, and our predefined watch list here that we're going to pick through the morning. Okay. Then I look over here. First I go to my downside stocks because I love downside stocks. Why? Because fear is way stronger than greed. It just is. People's emotions are way stronger when they're afraid than when they are greedy. Don't get me wrong, greed is powerful too, but not as powerful, you know. So, all right, so then I look for 3%ers, all right? Have to be over 3%. If it's not over 3%, I'm not interested. Not interested, all right? But if there's not that many, then I become a little interested. If it's like 2.5, 2.5, because some days there's nothing. You know, some days there's nothing. So you will have to pick some days stocks that are under 3%, just because you have no choice. So, but usually you get a bunch. You know, you get a few anyway. I know, and in some cases when there's absolutely nothing, you just pick the stocks that you know are going to move, you know, like the Facebooks, the NVDAs, the Apples, and you trade those if you have to. Or you don't trade at all. If you don't see something you like, you don't trade because you'll make more money not trading. Because if you pick something and you're losing it, then you just lost money for nothing. You know, some days I don't trade, very rarely, but some days I just don't trade because there's nothing. You know, and why lose? All right, so let's look here. All right, we'll pick one that's, and I usually like stocks that are over $15. I'll occasionally go under 15. Very rarely I'll go under 10, but I like stocks that are over $15. I prefer 30, 40, 50. You know, I prefer those stocks because one, they'll move. but they won't move too much where you'll have to get out real fast. Uh, but anything under that, they usually take a long time to move. You move 10, 15, 20 cents, and that can sometimes be boring. I want a stock that's going to move 50, 60 cents, a dollar, $2, you know. Once you get to those stocks that move 3, 4, 5, $6, then you're playing with fire. So you better be ready to get out if you're on the wrong side. Okay. So let's say we pick say HLF. We'll say HLF. It's a fairly known stock. We'll take that. We'll move it over here. HLF. It's traded, let's say 60,000 shares, not 60 million. 60,000 shares. All right, that's interesting to me. It's down 9.5%. I like it. Now let's go look at the daily. I look at the daily first. Wow, this stock is strong. I don't know. There's going to be a lot of buyers on this dip because people know that it's a good stock. It's cheap today, so they're going to buy it. So I'm going to be a little wary on it. All right, so then I'll look at the intraday. Let's just say this is pre-market. All right, we'll just make believe it's pre-market. Oh, it's down, it's up, it's down, but it gapped down because look at the gap. It's interesting, but I'll be cautious on this one. If I trade this one, I will put a tighter stop on this one because it's so strong. Okay, I won't be as carefree with it. We'll just leave it at that. As versus a stock that is down on the daily, I'll be a little more leisure to hold off on the stop, because it's down for the day, and usually it will follow trend. All right, so let's pick another one. Let's go down the line here. Let's pick a more expensive ROST. ROST down 6.5%. All right, I'll take it. Bring it down here. And let's say this is 60,000 shares, also traded pre-market. Interesting, down 6.5%. Interesting. Daily, another strong one, but it's gapped down quite a bit. Interesting to me. This is pre-market action here. We'll say it's down. It's consolidating here. Looks really good. It's a $77 stock, so you know you're going to see at least 3-point move, at least, because it's an expensive stock. Not a totally expensive, but it's expensive enough where it's going to move. All right. So that one's going to be interesting to me. Okay. Let's take a look at one more downside. I want to find one that's both down on both sides. Say DXC. All right. This one looks interesting to me. Let's take it, bring it down here. All right, let's say it's 50,000 shares that's traded this morning, and it's down 5.5%. Real nice. Let's look at the daily. This looks really tasty. Look, it's been consolidating for a long time here in this area here. All right, and it broke. Pre-market, it broke. All the support areas here, it broke. All right, it's down here. This is all pre-market action. Let's just say, and it's trading around here. So this one's going to be really nice just because it's got all the characteristics. It wants to break this last support area here. And if it breaks this last one here, you got a lot of stops that are here. People have bought, and I got tons of stops right here. Once it breaks that, boom, it's going to fall. It's just going to fall. But to get there, it might be a chore. But it's a big mover. It's a $94 stock right now. So this one's a 3, 4, 5-point mover. Easy, One more thing, you want to make sure it trades at least 1 million shares every day. 500,000 is okay, but I like 1 million. But you can look at 500,000 too. It's fine. And every day it trades close to 1 million shares, so that's okay. So that's going to be on my watch list because it's got all the characteristics I like. So let's look at upside movers. All right, same deal. You want to see the percentage. All right, the percentage here. So let's look at this Roku, for instance. All right, we'll take it, bring it over here. I like to keep my upsides away from my downsides. That's where I get a clear vision of what I'm looking at here. I like to keep my upsides on the bottom portion of my watch list, and my downside stocks on the upper part of my watch list. So okay, look at this one. Let's look. First, we look at the the volume, and let's say this is 20,000 shares pre-market. All right, interesting. It's up 7.5%. Interesting. Let's look at the daily. Interesting. It's been downtrending first part of the quarter, and it's been uptrending the past couple of months. Broke through all these resistant areas here. You got another huge resistance area here, which is up here. Let's take this here, which is up here, and it's about to hit it. That's going to be, see how it's stopped right there, because you're going to get a lot of people that sold there holding the bag, you know. So that one looks interesting because it's uptrending. So let's look at the daily. This is pre-market action, let's just say, and it moved up. It's stable up here in this consolidation area. It's forming a breakout pattern here, bull flag. Interesting to me. So when the market opens, it's either going to flush because people are going to sell, or it's going to go up. You know, we don't know until 9:30. But this one will stay on my watch list for a long, because it looks good. You know? Let's look at another one. FL. Let's look at FL here. Foot Locker. All right. Let's take it, bring it down here. Let's say it traded 30 million shares. It's up 20%. Beautiful. Looks good to me. Let's look at the daily. Daily, to me, it's okay, but it's a little more scarier because, you know, it was in this area here for months. Broke out pre-market. Broke out. People bought it. Again, let's say this is pre-market action here. It's not, but let's just say it is. And it's trading up here right before 9:30. This one's a little scary to me because it's busted through all these resistance areas, and it's going to open. So you're going to get a lot of people that are going to sell. So this one's going to be a little scary to me, you know, just because it is. It's up. So I might not be too interested in this one until it opens and it drops quite a bit. Then I might be interested in it, you know. And that's it. That's it basically. You know, you just look at all those things. And throughout all those things, you decide on which ones you take. Let's take a look at one more. ACIA. All right, we'll take it. Bring it down here. All right, we'll take a look at this one. This one, let's just say it was trading 13,000 shares pre-market. It's up 6.5%. Yeah. Let's take a look at the daily. Oh, it's uptrending, even though it's down below the highs here in the daily, but it's still uptrending. It's okay. I prefer to go long a stock that's, you know, completely uptrending. You know, completely uptrending. But, you know, sometimes you can't pick and choose. You know, sometimes you got to look at what's moving in the pre-market. So I look at the volume in the morning on the daily here, and it's a stock that trades over 1 million shares usually, so that's good. So this one's uptrending today. Let's look at the intraday. This is pre-market action here. It's uptrending here. It's nicely. It's slowing down a little bit. 9:30 is coming. I'm interested. Not as interested. Again, I prefer downside, but it's still interesting. And that's it. So you keep those in mind. You see how they're moving pre-market, and then once the market opens, you decide on which trades you take. I prefer, again, for the stock to open, go against the initial trend for a little bit, and then it turns around and goes to the trend it was moving pre-market, and I jump in. You know, depending on how the daily is trading, that's where I'll put my stop. You know, if the daily is trading strong, and the intraday is trading strong, then I'll have more leisure on my stops. I'll have a bigger stop. You know, again, I always do mental stops. I don't. Sometimes I'll put in hard stops, but because those squeezes will get you out, you know, and then they'll go back to the original trend it was moving a lot of times. Um, but that's basically it. Pre-market analysis for the trading day, and I do use one more site just in case my IB movers don't show anything. All right, let me find it for you. One sec. So I also use this stock market watch. So you can find that on the internet. You know, it's a good site. I go to pre-market action and then I drag it down and I see what else I got here. Most of the time I got the same ones, but occasionally I will find one or two or maybe even three that weren't on my IB list. So I'll look here, you know, Zoes. It's down 28%. It's traded 282,000 shares pre-market. That's interesting to me. Price, $10. I'll take it anyway. So I'll put it on my downside here, and I'll look at the stock, and I'll see if it's got all the criterias I like. You know, I'll look at EGAT, 17% down, $18 stock, 30,000. That looks good too. You know, I'll put that one over there, and I'll take a look at if it's got all the criteria I like. Then I'll keep it. Here's another one. It's down 11%. Looks good, right? Look over here. 808 shares traded. Not interested. BLNK down 10%. Beautiful. I look at the price. $6. It's not going to move the way I like it. So it's got a lot of volume pre-market, but not interesting. Let's look down. GPS 8%. $30 stock. 166,000. Interesting. That's what I'm going to put. I'm going to look at that one. It's going to see if it's got all my criterias. Boom. I didn't find it on my watch list, so I'll take that one. All right. USOU. $60 stock. Great. 7%. 150 shares trade. No good. UWT. As soon as you see that velocity share, that's an ETF. Gone. I'm not interested. They move weird. So, I mean, you can make money off of it, but they move weird. All right, here we go. Here's another one. 7% down, $2 stock, 60 shares traded. Not interesting. All right, let's go down some more. Here's another one. RMTI, Rockwell, $5 stock. Not interesting. Not interesting. None of these are interesting. All the way down. CRC, 5%, $34 stock, 10,000 shares traded. I'm interested. It's 10,000, so I'm interested. So I'll put it over there, look at the daily, look at the morning action, and then I'll trade it if I see it works in my favor at the open. And then you go over here to the upside, same thing, you know. Here's one, 6% up, $30 stock, 14,000 shares traded. That's interesting. I'll put it over there and look at it. And I don't want to have too many, you know what I mean? I want to have about 10, anywhere from 7 to 10 stocks to trade. You don't want to have too many because then you're like, what do I do? I'm looking at this one, I'm looking at that one, looking at it's too much. You don't want to have too many, you know. Let's look at this. Here's one, 7% up, 15,000 shares traded, $2.50. Not interesting to me. All of these $7, not interesting. $4, not. $16, 7% up, beautiful. 464 shares traded. Not interesting to me. Let's look up. Here's this one. Wow, 7%, $8. Not interesting. A lot of volume, but it's a velocity share. It's an ETF. Not for me. All right. Let's look up here. All these are cheap stocks. All right, here's one. ABEO. $17. That's okay. Up 10%. 90 shares traded. No good. So here's one. This is perfect. 12% up. Beautiful. $52 stock share. Awesome. Perfect price. Volume 101,260,000. Perfect. You know this one's moving. So I'll put that one. I'll look at all my criteria on my daily, on my intraday, morning price action movement, and that one's probably going to be one of my firsts for long. Okay. So that's pretty much it. I use this site and my US movers on my Interactive Brokers account, and that's pretty much it. You know, and then you trade, and you try to have the best day you can, and I always come out of my trades at the end of the day. Sometimes I hold them. If it goes against me and I really determine that it's going to go my way, I hold it till the end of the day. Occasionally, very rarely, but I'll hold it till. And if at the end of the day at 4 o'clock, if it has not gone my direction, I close it out. Because overnight, 9 out of 10 times you're going to lose more money, in my opinion. You know, other people have other ways of looking at it, but in my opinion, I always close out my positions, no matter what, and a fresh start the next day. You know, every day is going to be different. No 2 days are going to be alike. It's just it can't. Too many things can go too many ways, and so that's why it's that way. The next day, I start fresh, and I trade, and that's it. Thank you for watching.